Welcome back to my channel, guys. The lottery ends in 20 days. You have to July 28th of 2026 to apply for the Nevins Landing South, which is located at 417 Carroll Street, Brooklyn, New York, 11215. The eligible income is $37,269 all the way up to $210,400. Looking at this beautiful scenery is so nice. Like, this is living near the waterfront. Now, a lot of people love the water, so this is probably their dream to live in an area like this. And as you can see, these are some pretty tall buildings, and this development is a big building. It is sort of a mixed income. It's medium income and high income, but it's beautiful. It just looks like this is the way it's supposed to be. New York City is committed to the principle of inclusivity in all of its neighborhoods, including supporting New Yorkers to reside in neighborhoods of their choice, regardless of their neighborhood of origin and regardless of the neighborhood into which they want to move. Let me help you all with understanding what this means. Regardless of neighborhood of origin means the city will support you whether you come from the South Bronx, Bed-Stuy, Harlem, or anywhere else. Your zip code growing up carries no penalty. Regardless of the neighborhood into which they want to move means the city commits to helping you access any neighborhood, including historically expensive or predominantly white areas like the Upper East Side, Park Slope, or Tribeca. You have the housing vouchers and Section 8 mobility programs that work citywide. You have the anti-discrimination enforcement against landlords who reject voucher holders. You have the affordable housing lotteries that open units across all 5 boroughs. And you have the legal protections against source of income discrimination. Why this matters for Black New Yorkers specifically? Decades of redlining and discriminatory lending locked Black families into specific neighborhoods while systematically excluding them from others. This policy language directly addresses that history by affirming that every New Yorker, regardless of race, income, or background, deserves genuine access to opportunity, rich neighborhoods with better schools, jobs, and resources. Details. Nevins Landing South is part of Gowanus Wharf's growing waterfront campus in the heart of Gowanus, Brooklyn. Located along the Gowanus Canal Esplanade between the Carroll Street and Union Street bridges, the building blends modern industrial design with the neighborhood's creative energy and evolving waterfront landscape. Residences feature open concept layouts, thoughtfully designed interiors, high-end appliances, and contemporary finishes designed for modern Brooklyn living. Residents enjoy access to a collection of lifestyle amenities, including a fitness center, resident lounges, recreation rooms, grilling areas, and additional social and wellness spaces throughout the building. Conveniently located near local restaurants, parks, nightlife, and transit, Nevins Landing South offers a connected living experience within one of Brooklyn's fastest growing neighborhoods. Fees apply. Up to 2 pets, no aggressive breeds. Rents includes electricity for stove, hot water, and heat. Affordable housing program. This building is being constructed through the Inclusionary Housing Program. It is anticipating to receive a tax exemption through the 421A Tax Incentive Program of the New York City Department of Housing Preservation and Development. No deposits, no application fees. More information, go to https://housingconnect.nyc.gov/publicweb/. A percentage of units are set aside for 5% mobility, 2% vision/hearing. Preference for a percentage of units goes to 10% municipal employee, military veteran, and 20% community board resident, Brooklyn CB 06. Amenity, bike storage lockers, gymnasium, outdoor areas, recreation room, the barbecue grills and prep kitchen, co-working space, washers and dryers and units, dishwasher in unit, high-end kitchen appliances, high-end countertops and finishes, energy-efficient appliances, air conditioning, hardwood floors, smart controls for heating and cooling, common area Wi-Fi, online options for leasing, paying rent, and making maintenance requests, security cameras, recycling center, green space, package lockers, intercommunication device, elevator, accessible entrance, and smoke-free. Okay, guys, so as you can see, we are in the available units and requirements section. And if you see all of these stats here and you feel like you are eligible, then you can hit apply now. But like I said, pay attention to the monthly rent, right? How many units are available? You got to move fast. The asset limit, household size, and also the annual household income, whether it's to minimum or maximum. You have to pay attention to that. So let's just move along. This is the unit size. We got a studio going for $1,087. They got 8 units available. 1 to 2 people can move into this studio. The minimum is $37,269, and the max is $54,280. Okay, that is what it's saying. Let's keep moving along. But you see this asset limit, and I'm a little confused, because as you can see, there's no lines here that cuts off. So I'm wondering if this asset limit goes all the way up into this 3-bedroom apartment. Probably so, okay? And the asset limit is $67,840, okay, a year, right? So that's the studio. Let's go to the 1-bedroom. The 1-bedroom is $1,165, and you got 7 available units. 1 to 3 people can move in, and it starts at $39,943 for minimum, and the maximum is $61,080. But also here we go, the asset limit, $67,840. That was for the 1-bedroom. Let's go to the 2-bedroom. Because remember, this whole section is a 40% area median income. I want to find the low income, but I haven't reached those yet. But when I do find them, I will share them. Okay, so this is 40% area median income. So for the 2-bedroom, it's going for $1,398. And they have 16 available units. Okay, once again, that asset limit. And 2 to 5 people can move in. The minimum income is $47,932, and the max income is $73,280. So if you didn't have $73,280, I guess they're saying they would accept $67,840 a year between 5 people, I guess. I'm assuming that's because the arrow is pointing directly to this group of people, right? Okay, so let's keep going. This is still 40% area median income. So now you're in the 3-bedroom. It gets higher. Wow. This 3-bedroom apartment is $1,615 a month, and they only have 1 that's available. But 3 to 7 people can move in, and the minimum income is $55,372, and the maximum income is $84,160. That is what it's saying, okay? Let's just keep moving. Now we in a studio, but now we at a higher median income, and it's at 60% area median income. So this studio is $1,630. They got 9 available units. 1 to 2 people can move in. The median income the minimum income is $55,886. And the maximum income is $81,420. But once again, look at these brackets. You see this? You see where that line cut off? Look, it cuts off, right? So here we go with this asset limit at 101,760, okay? That's all for all of this 60% income, right? So let's move on. The one bedroom is going for $1,747. They have 4 available units. 1 to 3 people can move in. Okay, the minimum is $59,898 and the maximum is $91,620. But once again, here's that asset limit. So if you make it, these 3 people make this amount altogether, then they could be accepted. Okay, let's move along. Now you're going into the 2-bedroom. The 2-bedroom is $2,097. They have 17 available units. 2 to 5 people can move in. The minimum is $71,898. And the max is $109,920. Keep the asset limit in mind. They would also accept this. If they don't make this amount, they could make this amount. Okay? This. Okay? So let's move along. That was the 2-bedroom. Still in the 60% income, right? So the 3-bedroom is $2,422 a month. They only have 2 units available. 3 to 7 people can move in. And the minimum income is $83,040. And the maximum income you can make yearly is $126,240. I'm looking at the brackets here, right? So here's another thing. The cutoff right here. You see that line? The cutoff. That's that asset limit. So if they don't make $126,240, if they at least make $101,760, I'm assuming they would accept that. Let's move along. Now we go into the studio. This is the last one here. And this is at 100% area median income. Okay, the studio. $2,717 for 3. They got 3 available units. 1 or 2 people can move in. The minimum is $93,155. The maximum is $135,700. But also here's the asset. So if these 2 people make this amount together, they would accept this amount before they accept this. But this is acceptable also. Okay. Moving along. Now we at the 2 bedrooms. Remember, we at 100% area median income. It increases as we go along. So the 2-bedroom is going for $3,495. They have 8 available units. 2 to 5 people could move in. And the minimum these 2 people could make is $119,829 for the year. And then the max they could make is $183,200, but that's for 5 people. How many amount of people? 2, 3, 4, 5. You have to go by what they showing you. So, and they saying this is the asset limit, $169,600. So that's the bracket that they have this in. Now, the last one is the 3-bedroom, and the 3-bedroom is $4,037, and they have 3 available units. 3 to 7 people could move in. The minimum income 3 people could make to move in is $138,412, and so forth. I'm not going to keep reading that. And the max is $210,400, right? With 7 people, but also they have an asset limit. Once again, at $169,600. So let's move along. And I know these are high. And also, I always like to read these. Rent may not include all utilities. Refer to project details for more information. Household size includes everyone who will live with you, including parents and children, subject to occupancy criteria. Income guidelines subject to change. Minimum income listed may not apply to applicants with Section 8 or other qualifying rental subsidies. Asset limits also apply. So it says that apply. But I guess when you get selected and you get to be interviewed, you can find out all this stuff because people do move into these units that have Section 8. So I'm not sure what they mean by that, but I guess if you get called in, you can find out. Here we are in the locations. And the location of this building is 417 Carroll Street, Brooklyn, New York, 11215. And this is the transit where, you get the train stations, which it's next to the F, the G, the D, the N, the R, the Q, the 2, the 3, the 4, the A, the C, all the trains, right, in the area. They got the school, the subway station, the train station, the police, the park, and the hospital. We saw the photos. We love it. It was at the beginning of the video that I did show it to you. And it tells you here who should apply. Individuals or households who meet the income and household size requirements listed in the available units table may apply. Qualified applicants will be required to meet additional selection criteria. Applicants who live in New York City receive a general preference for apartments. Do not submit duplicate applications. Only send one application per lottery. Do not apply online, and also send in a paper application. Applicants who submit more than one application may be disqualified. Apply online. And here's the apply button again. Once you have confirmed you meet the requirements to apply for this lottery, you may apply directly online. Or you could apply by mail. To request an application by mail, send a self-addressed envelope to Nevins Landing South, care of Affordable for New York, 365 Flushing Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, 11205. Okay, and there you have it. All right. Now there are names here. All right. So you can take a look at that, and you can probably even look them up and see what information you can find out under these people's names, where it says they are the Department of Housing Preservation and Development.